Hi everyone, it's Mio and today I'm going to show you how to make this adorable crocheted cupcake bear. Crocheting tutorials actually take a much longer time to film and that's why I've kind of been MIA for a while, but I think this project is just so adorable and I think you guys will absolutely enjoy it. It's very easy to do and crocheting is actually a very easy hobby and it's fairly affordable. I will show you guys how to make several different types of cupcake bears, so stay tuned. And for more videos like these, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Let's go ahead and get this tutorial started. For those of you guys who are brand new to crocheting, you're going to need a crochet needle, the standard size. These are about $2–3 a piece at Walmart, and some yarn. I'm going to take the yarn of your choice and you're just going to take your needle and loop underneath the yarn and pull through, loop again underneath the yarn and pull through. And this will make the very first knot to start your project. To make a simple braid, you're just going to take your needle, place it underneath the yarn and pull through. You're going to do this 3 times until you have a short little braid that's about ½ an inch long. To form a nice little circle, you're going to take your crochet needle, place it through the first knot you created, and once you have it through the knot, pull some string through the knot and through the very first hole. And this will make a nice little circle. Now to make this little circle into a nice larger circle, you're just going to place your crochet needle through the center, take some string, pull through the center, go underneath the yarn and pull through the 2 loops you created. This makes your very first simple knot. Repeat the process, place it through the center of the hole, pull some string, loop through and pull some more string and pull through the 2 loops you created and you made your second knot. You're going to repeat this process at least 8 times through the same hole and you'll notice that you've made a nice little circle. To complete your first ring, you're just going to place your crochet needle through the first knot that you created, take some yarn and pull through the 2 loops and your first ring is complete. So all you have to do now is expand your ring into a larger one. You're just going to repeat the exact same knot several times. So I'm going to try to demonstrate this for you guys in really slow motion. You're going to take your crochet needle and you're going to place it through the next knot. Once you place it through the knot, you're going to take some yarn, pull through the knot, take some more yarn and pull through the 2 loops. This will make 1 knot. To make the subsequent knot, you're going to take your crochet needle, place it through the next hole. You're going to pull some yarn through the hole. You'll have 2 loops, take more yarn, and pull through both loops. To expand your rings into a larger one, instead of putting 1 knot per loop, some of your loops will actually have 2 knots per loop. In order to expand your ring, I would say roughly you should do 1 per one, and then the next one you should do 2 knots per 1 loop. And the next one should be 1 to 1 again, and the next one should be 2 to 1. And to make your circle smaller, you can just skip some loops, so some of them will not have a knot. So as you can see here, my first one has about 8. My second one and third line I expanded. My next 2 I did not expand at all, and around the midline I started skipping some loops so that my sphere got smaller and smaller to form a nice little ball. Now before you close everything up, you're going to put some nice little stuffing. This is just pillow stuffing until you have a nice little round sphere, and you can go ahead and crochet this until it's fully closed. Again, in order for this to happen, all you have to do is skip a few knots. So some of them have 1 to 1, 1 knot per 1 loop, and some of the loops have no knots at all until you're completely done. Cut off the extra yarn and you're going to take your loop and place your yarn through it to form a nice little knot. Now I don't like to throw anything away, I'm just stuffing the extra yarn through my little hole so it becomes part of the stuffing of my sphere. Your cupcake ball should fit perfectly into a nice little cupcake holder. To form the ears of the bear, I did the exact same starting ring, except instead of expanding it into a larger ring, I just stopped right here and knotted the very tip so that I can form a nice little ear. As you noticed, I left the excess yarn really long on the ears, and the reason why I kept it that long is because I like to use the extra string to actually tie them onto the body. I just use my crochet needle to help guide the yarn through the body, and I just tie a regular knot, and any leftover string I tuck it into the body as additional stuffing. So this is what the body of your cupcake bear should look like. You can really decorate your bear however you want, so I gave you guys a few examples as to what you can do. For this yellow one, I made cute little bows that I stuck on both sides of the ears. For the eyes, I took some polymer clay and stuck them onto some eyelets, and I just stabbed these into the body where I wanted the eyes to be. And for the nose and mouth, I took some felt, cut it into a nice little oval, and I hand sewed a nose and a mouth on. I just used a sewing needle with some brown sewing string and slowly sewed out what I thought the nose and mouth should look like. This took me about 5 minutes. You just have to be very careful about the precision of where you want all the marks to be. But if sewing is not for you and you're trying to avoid it like the plague, you can always draw it on with some fabric paint. So here's what my little bear face looks like. For the cherry on the very top, I actually needle felted a cherry. I took some felting wool, and you need a sponge and a felting needle. Roll your red felting wool into a nice little circle and take your felting needle and poke it throughout until it forms a nice solid round sphere. Taking some brown felting wool, I rolled this into a nice little long stem, felt it a little bit so it holds its shape better, and then I went ahead and needle felt this on the very top of my cherry. When I think of cupcakes, I think of sprinkled cupcakes, so I took a few sequins and super glued them onto the very top throughout the head of my little bear, and I went ahead and super glued the cherry on top. And this is what my crochet bear looks like. They can come in different sizes and colors. This is just happened to be the colors I chose for my cupcake bears. But if you want to try the ones that I had at the very beginning, the little chocolate, strawberry, and blueberry one, I will show you how I made those too. I actually used animal eyes that I bought at Hobby Lobby for the chocolate bear, and I just stuck them onto the body and I super glued the face on into the center. As you can see, the eyes, nose, and mouth line up into one line. For the ears, instead of tying them on, I just went ahead and glued them on with a hot glue gun. It's just faster and easier, but you can always tie them on like I did with the yellow one. So these bears actually look really adorable and cute alone without any decorations, but if you want to take it a step further, you can. I actually bought this crocheted strawberry many years ago on eBay, and I thought they would just look adorable. For the chocolate, I used chocolate or brown colored fabric paint. I just bought a new bottle for about $1 at Hobby Lobby, squeezed some fabric paint on the very top, drizzle it so it looks like real chocolate, and let it dry. Before it dries though, I went ahead and stuck a nice little cherry on top, just like the cherry I made earlier with the yellow bear. The fabric paint takes about a day to dry. It depends on how thick you made the chocolate, but for mine it's about a day. And for the last one, which is the blueberry little bear, I just took some blue felting wool, made 3 little blueberries, and I hot glued them onto the very top. And with some green felt, I cut out a nice little leaf, and as you can see, I cut off little small details on the side. I folded in half so it looks more realistic, and went ahead and hot glued this onto the blueberries. And your little cupcake bears are all done. I know crocheting can be very overwhelming if this is the very first time you've seen it, but I promise you practice makes perfect, and it actually gets a lot faster and easier. These cupcake bears are so cute and so adorable. I absolutely love them, and I really hope you guys enjoy them as much as I do. For more videos like these, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and stay tuned for more videos, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye!